What's up? Welcome to an episode of Honest Trailer Commentaries. And guess what we're talking about? A movie. Guess what movie? It's Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World of Dinosaurs.
I did not plan this, by the way. This is
look at
a
that.
Complete coincidence.
Yeah, it's like a 1 in 3 chance. It's like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, Jaws. Jaws.
Star Trek.
Other Jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I think this isn't going to have too many differing opinions at this table. We all hated this one.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
No.
Yeah.
It was aggressively dumb. The action was either not as promised or just not cool enough to justify it.
Yep.
Characterization, not present. Dinosaurs, technically present.
Yeah.
It's just
stupid.
but stupid. Gosh, I mean, I this was a tough one to write because you just want to tear into every little minute detail because we could just go scene by scene.
Oh,
and do
But that's too many darts.
too many darts. Too many darts in our quiver. But Dan, you were just saying beforehand that you hated this one, but not as much as the first one. So maybe there's a little disagreement there.
Well, this one for me was just so there. Like, if I was going to describe it, like, it's there. Like, this movie, we mentioned in the trailer, so we've made $1 billion. Like, of all the movies that made $1 billion worldwide, this has got to be up there in the top 5 of one that just came and went with, like, no cultural impact whatsoever. It's like people just sort of, like, lemming marched into the theater, sat down, watched it, marched out, and completely forgot about it. Like, you never hear this movie referenced. You never hear anyone talk about the fact that it came out, that it exists, that there's a line or a scene, or like it's like this movie just sort of happened to the world.
And White Castle's right out of your body.
Yeah, you didn't see all those Maisie cosplays at Comic-Con, all the cloned Maisies.
Everyone
was doing it.
The original Jurassic World had
just
this, you saw this everywhere.
Meme.
Like it's not just because it was like Minions had like that. Obviously, the cultural impact of that. Even like Alice in Wonderland had a bigger cultural impact than this movie. It's just like maybe that's why I completely this movie wasn't even worth getting mad at because I watched it and just like this is stupid. It was dumb, and I don't remember anything about it. Whereas the other one I thought was so aggressively just unforced errors and just like what are you doing?
Unforced errors, true. And this one, I think it did miss an opportunity to go full stupid because they were tiptoeing with a premise and a world with the last 2 of them where it is full dino riders, where they are Jurassic World War, where they're splicing humans and dinosaurs together and sending them into Afghanistan. They've been sort of referencing that that's a plan.
Just give us
if you're gonna do it, like I guess I'm more interested in that than just a mediocre down the middle tent pole with just everything's so generic. But then they have like a Taken auction in the middle of it.
Yeah,
makes 0 sense. But if you're gonna be the kind of movie that makes 0 sense, just go crazy, go full out with it.
Which they end as they're getting to that premise.
We talked.
I take issue with the ending, which we didn't get time to hit in the trailer, which is the sense that this is some type of, world-ending cataclysm.
It's not. It's 15
that, like,
dinosaurs.
20 all-female dinosaurs like got out in like a completely controlled environment, or like one part of, I guess, Northern California.
Yeah.
Well, some of them got shipped off. Remember, some of them got bought and immediately put in the cargo containers.
Yeah. I mean, these are things that we've seen get tranked, get shot, get hurt. Like this isn't the end of this isn't Planet of the Apes unless they also have a virus.
Yeah, it was just so there was something about like Just Blue being the only raptor looking at a suburb, and then Jeff Goldblum being like, "Welcome to Jurassic World," and it was like, you kind of.
Well, speaking of which,
a little dramatic. Jeff
Goldblum. We didn't have time for this in the trailer, and Dan, I think you mentioned it. Is Jeff Goldblum testifying for the entire length of the movie?
That's what I don't know. Yes, he's wearing the same clothes, and at the beginning, he's specifically testifying about the volcano erupting.
Yes.
But then at the end,
he
same
seems
clothes,
to be saying that
same room. The people he's talking to are dressed the same. So it's like they tried to wrap around his testimony, like it's like, oh, you thought at the beginning of the movie he was testifying about what was about to happen, but no, he was testifying about what already happened. But no, he was specifically referencing events in the front of the movie. So either he's psychic and he knew what was going to happen because they put his testimony at the end, or everyone just dressed the same.
They sequestered everyone in that courtroom.
I will watch the third one if they're like, Malcolm's in it again, and he's telepathic. Like if they just go full
if he
stupid
can
and he's
control
psychic.
dinosaurs with his mind.
Yeah. with the going weird, we talked about it on It Could Have Been Worse when I did this one, but like the concept art for the human dino hybrids exists.
Horrifying.
And it's insane. And just go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
Just do that movie.
There was one little Goldblumism that got, because, you know, he's in it for like a minute maybe, and
Yeah.
it's all set up. It's all trailer lines and set up. But I love that he got one Goldblumism in the movie, because he's like, what I think should be done with these amazing, beautiful dinosaurs. It's like you can see, like, that's the one like
Yeah.
improv that they let him keep. It's like beautiful, amazing dinosaurs. Like, yep, there you go.
As he
That's
advocates
Goldblum.
for letting them all
As
die.
he advocates for letting them all
die.
perish.
Stupid movie. Let's watch our stupid trailer about this stupid thing and make it stupid. All right.
Here we go.
Just when you thought the Jurassic franchise couldn't get any dumber,
Alan.
a sequel
Big
will
return
show
of Alan.
anyone still clinging
But
to
not-
the corpse
but
of the
not the
original.
Alan rapper.
You
Yeah, he's
ain't
Dustin.
seen stupid yet.
Back for more, huh?
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Pause. So it just made me realize, kicking off the movie, my wife had never seen it, and we watched it over the weekend. And 30 seconds in, she was just like, "Why doesn't the submarine have sonar?" With the giant megalodon swimming behind it.
Oh, the beginning. There's so many dumb things
Yeah.
about just the opening alone. Is that
Sorry, back for more, huh? Just triggered more angry
Yeah.
in me.
they didn't check to see if the megalodon was like in the area. They just went straight for the corpse.
It's got to be an easy thing to find.
It's probably the size of a nuclear submarine
And
and a half.
how did it survive? The gates were closed,
Yeah.
so it was in that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We saw in the first movie that for a snack, for like this is the scene by scene thing we could do for this movie. For like a trick, it eats an entire shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a snack for that thing, and yet it has been inside this enclosed thing for 3 years. And they're
Didn't
like,
eat the fresh corpse in its tank.
yeah,
that was still
like,
there.
Like
for the
it's got
Indominus.
the Indominus Rex. I guess it skinned it somehow, but left all the bones there. It was like an ear of corn. But did that one thing sustain it like for 3 years? Because they walk in and they're like, "Don't worry, anything that's in here would be dead by now." And the guy's like, "Okay," but then it's not. But then I'm like, "But no, he's right.
It should have opened.
It
with
should
a,
have been dead
Yeah.
long
Well,
ago."
no, there's just like one seagull. It's like-
Did all of the dinosaurs one by one like wander by that one spot by the tank from the first movie,
It's,
and it just jumped out and ate all of them individually?
It's a lot of new boyfriends taking their girlfriend's kid out for a hang gliding
Oh,
session,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
in the
Part
third one.
3,
It's
yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of that.
Now,
Yeah.
the question that raises is, so who were those guys at the very beginning?
They worked for Wu
Okay.
because they needed to get the bone for the
Right.
Indominus Rex to make the Indo Rex.
Now, if there were enough people interested in dinosaurs that there was a international trafficking ring that you could set up, filling a mansion full of it,
Yes.
why would none of those people just go to the abandoned dinosaur island for 3 years and just maybe pick up one of their own? They
For
seem
free.
they seem to have a lot of money to throw around. They could have just
Yeah.
gotten a net and a helicopter and taken back their own raptor.
people just kind of come and go. On that
Seems like
island.
it.
The Costa Rican government in the world of Jurassic Park is so negligent.
They
Also,
just- yeah.
if that place is the hotspot animal rights place, you'd think there'd be like a million activist groups just staring at it at
a
all
ring
times.
of boats,
7
around
blackfishes.
it.
Like,
at
hey, what?
once.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you guys doing with that little sub? Oh, not
Yeah.
being activists.
Yeah.
Go on, go ahead in.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
so we'll never get through this.
Sorry.
Keep
No,
playing,
we'll
JT.
never will.
Ugh, my bad.
Return to Isla Nublar. Isla? Isla?
It's one of our
Isla?
writers' room debates.
Return
they say
to
Isla in the
Dinosaur
movie, but
Island, a place 2 different
Isla?
billionaires
Isla?
picked
Isla
for
in
their theme
Spanish?
park
Isla
without
Fisher,
caring
yeah.
that it was on top of a f***ing volcano. Now, after the original park was destroyed and the park they rebuilt was destroyed, what's left of that park
let
will
it
be
die.
destroyed unless another billionaire can build a new dinosaur island and start the cycle all over again. Because when it comes to Jurassic Park, dumb
finds a way.
meet another flock of
So pause.
one-dimensional.
That guy was John Hammond's partner for 4 movies.
They separated at some point
Because of the cloning.
prior. Well, not prior to the park, because he said this is another
This is-
again
yeah.
scene by scene. He said that his daughter visited the park
Yes.
a long time ago.
So they hadn't fallen out yet.
So they hadn't fallen
They were
out.
partners
At
on Jurassic
some
Park.
point during construction of the park, when there was a park there, the daughter visited. But then somewhere in there, the daughter died, and then he wanted to clone her, and then he and John
Mm-hmm.
fell out. So my guess is that he was just in another room for all of Jurassic Park.
Very, very silent billionaire.
Yeah.
And then once John Hammond died, he didn't swoop in and like do his vision. It was like Mizrahi or that other guy.
Yes.
Took up the mantle.
Yeah, he was just hanging out.
Even though there was an original co-billionaire who also wanted to found dinosaur human.
They
hybrid
started
island.
it in that basement, which was converted to dinosaur pens without him knowing.
One thing that I am curious if they're doing.
His own home. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
Because I was trying to figure out how much time took place between Jurassic Park and this one, so I looked it up on the Jurassic Park wiki powered by Fandom. And I noticed that in that canon, like, there's a ton of stuff that's not in the movies. So, like, I guess it's from books and comics. Mm-hmm. So I was like, is this guy from the expanded JP universe? And, like, true JP heads are like, yes, that guy.
You finally got him.
My other issue.
Wait, is he?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
My other, like, the fallout. The flashpoint of them not working together was he cloned a person.
His daughter.
So what we're saying is John Hammond was like, you have crossed a line. I'm going to go back to working on cloning velociraptors.
with giant man eating 6-inch claws. And you bring your daughter back to life.
I'm going to sprinkle in a little tree frog and a little electric eel and whatever. But human? No. Yeah.
You go do the thing that everybody wishes they could do and bring a dead relative back to life, and I'm gonna go make monsters. You monster!
I'm going to make a recreational Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Oh, man, and this guy. Well, we'll talk about it later. Here, keep playing.
Meet another flock of one-dimensional morons, some new, some familiar, like Claire, the caring animal activist, or Owen, the cold-hearted mercenary.
Blue is alive. You're just gonna let her die?
Well, yeah.
And if you're wondering why their personalities switched in between films, hey, look over there, it's Jeff Goldblum. You like him, right? Thrill as these old
How hard is it to keep your
favorites
character straight
are
when they have
joined by-
one character trait?
Well, but she saw that one sick dinosaur that one time on the last island.
Okay, that maybe almost sort of gets her to begin a path to becoming that person.
But she's now devoted her life to
Her
saving
entire life.
the lives of the animals that history has shown now 4 times in this universe belong extinct.
Yes. And similarly,
Objectively.
Chris Pratt, who spent his whole life raising and caring for and loving and protecting these animals, is like, screw it, Why?
Whatever.
So if your argument is the events of the first movie changed them, I'd give you that if they dealt with that at all in this movie. Like, if anyone pointed at her once and was like, isn't it bullshit that you do this? Like, you were the executive lady that called them all assets. Like, you're full of shit. Like,
I think somebody half tried to do it, but then they were like, lava! And then they just forgot about it.
The bad
for
guy
rest
was
of the
like,
time.
oh, you act so uppity. You helped create these, Claire. But that's it. But, like, she should be getting side-eyed at that Greenpeace office, like, constantly.
And just the assumption that anyone in this universe or the next cares about will they or won't they at this point.
Oh God. I want to know at what point in the writers' room they were like, listen, their chemistry and their love triangle, their love arc was so powerful the first movie.
Oh,
we have got to do this again.
People are going to be asking, why aren't they still kissing?
Yeah.
The moment they sat at the bar and he's like, so you're dating a I was like, no!
We did this. We did this 3 years ago. And it happened the same way. They get together, then they're not together, and they talk about something in the past. You wouldn't let me drive the van. Well, you don't want to
Pull the van
who gives
over,
a shit? And then they forget about it, and then they kiss for no reason at the end when there's like dinosaurs flying around, and then they're together. It's like, you just did the same shitty thing, just as shitty again the second time. Forget it. I am mad at this movie now.
Yeah, welcome, Dan.
Get mad.
If you can't write like a good Cheers level where they will, they won't they, don't do it, because it gets to the point where it's like, oh, their relationship is abusive, and now I don't want to watch them at all. Like that's where they're now
even
going.
well
We want to be
enough to be
cheering
abused.
when they finally kiss, but instead you're like,
What? Oh, that's right. They're supposed to be together. I
In
forgot.
3 more weeks, he's gonna shout at her because she touched his steering wheel or whatever the hell that
They're
was about.
obviously
Like,
incompatible. It's like the lines. She is kind of like well mannered and keeps herself together, and he's like, I'm gonna live in a van and build my own house by the lake. And in the third movie, it's gonna be like, why did we break up again? It's like, remember, I wanted to build that 3rd bedroom for my fucking big screen TV, and you wanted a botany lab. And she's like, oh, like typical man with your big screen. You didn't want it for that. You wanted it. Well, what? It's just oh god, just shut
And
up.
there's gonna be 2 hours of dinosaurs, and then they'll kiss again, and you're just like, no.
And I'm also
like,
Why doesn't one of them have a friend who like sits them down and is like, Claire, stop it,
Yeah.
stop it.
I think we talked about. Did we talk yet about the new characters? With Franklin and Bash.
We're almost there.
Let's play.
Damn right. Thrill as these old favorites are joined by all new dinguses like Wheatley,
good word,
a
Spencer.
paramilitary
Dingus,
guy
unused, or,
to replace the
underused.
last paramilitary guy who replaced the
Good call
last
from the editors.
paramilitary
I like
guys
how they
who replaced the
scroll.
last paramilitary guy. Maisie, a half-baked clone of all the other kids in the franchise. Literally. A loose collection of nerd cliches. And Zia, the spunky paleo-veterinarian who's never seen a dinosaur before.
Never thought I'd see one in real life.
Wait, really?
Okay.
You studied dino medicine while the park was open to the public, and not only have you never seen one, you never thought you'd see one? What online vet school faxed you a degree? Why bring you instead of a vet who actually worked at the park? And why did this movie make $1 billion? But look over there. There's the car from the first movie. So I guess it's a wash.
Yeah,
Pause.
That
Where do we start?
that line, I never thought I'd see one before, is an example of something that drives me crazy, which is when there's a script and whatever, it goes through revisions or you lose characters or some other character probably said it, whatever. No one's paying attention, and it's a line that, like, it sounds like it belongs in that scene. Like, if you look at the dinosaurs, like, what would a character say? It's like, I never thought I'd see one before. There's a lot of people that would say that. It makes no sense for that character to say that line. She's a paleo veterinarian, and if she devoted her life to the science of being a veterinarian for dinosaurs, it makes no sense for that character to say, I never thought that I would see a dinosaur in
In a
my
place
life.
where Jurassic World has been open for so long and through so many iterations that
Yeah,
people
it's
were
like-
bored with it,
and
attendance was dropping.
You work at a company whose only purpose is to save the dinosaurs. It makes no
again,
sense
if it
that
was
you
like-
would not think that you would see a dinosaur in
All
your
right,
life.
so she's a grad student, PhD grad. She doesn't have a lot of money. She didn't have the funding or whatever. But I never thought
never
see
thought
one.
I'd
I
see
never
one.
even
Here's-
imagined
So-
I would ever see a dinosaur in a world where dinosaurs exist and I study dinosaurs.
But
and I
let
work
me
for
throw
a
this to
company
you.
that's going to save
and I
dinosaurs.
heal multiple dinosaurs in this movie. I guess I practiced on really lifelike dummies or people.
Here's the thing: whether you could afford to go to Jurassic World later or not, what is the point? What is that school's program if they're not just partnered with Jurassic World to teach
Right.
people how to be vets? Like,
Veterinarians
what did you
don't
do?
practice on stuffed animals
Yeah.
to get their degree. You have to, at some
Paleo-veterinarians.
point in your training,
intern or
and do something with.
So it's like in the writer's room, they wrote Z on a whiteboard and they were like, for the next 30 seconds, nothing you say is wrong. Like for the next 30 seconds, it's all good. And everyone's
it's
like
in.
bouncing and they're like, okay. She's like a Greenpeace gay veterinarian. Everyone's like, okay, cool, rad. Okay,
We're gonna cut the gay thing in post, but go ahead.
But
I
yeah,
like
go
it.
ahead. And she's really like sharp-witted. She's gonna stand toe to toe with that ranger guy. Like, okay. And she's never seen a dinosaur. And someone's like, okay, Dave.
All right.
I like where your head's at.
What else we got?
And she never thought she'd see a dinosaur. Sure.
No,
I said 30
I think
seconds.
Dan had it of that's a line that used to be someone else's, and that
yeah.
character got
Yeah.
cut entirely. Maybe her girlfriend. Who knows?
I don't know.
And then they just like, Zia say it.
It drives me crazy though. And it happens all the time where it's just like these scripts are written and rewritten so many times that it doesn't make sense for characters to say certain lines, and they just wind up with certain. It's just like that. That's what when people say, "Well, what do you expect going to a movie like that?" It's like that's what I expect.
Just a final
I
pass
expect
of like
someone
let's
to have paid
see.
attention.
We
That
expect
at
someone to
least
try.
the people that are saying or doing things that make some kind of sense given the reality that the
Yeah.
movie itself is presenting.
Yeah.
That's what I expect.
And this is an interesting example of a movie where I do think that reading the news about they cut out her gay arc or that aspect of her character, probably caving international pressure, or like being cowardly and erasing something about the character that would have otherwise been interesting. After seeing the movie, probably wouldn't have done a great job handling.
I
Oh, yeah,
promise
yeah.
you.
I'm
I
glad.
promise you, it was one line. It was like, yeah, well, my girlfriend said different. That
Yeah.
would be the only
Right.
tip of the hat. Like that's character development in this movie. Is
Yeah.
like we cut that one line.
Yeah.
It would have been like Beauty and the Beast, not Gaston.
Oh yeah,
What's his name? LeFou,
Yeah, the big Much Ado About, and what is he just like spinning
dances
around
with a guy and is, like,
dude.
smiling.
And you're
Yeah,
like,
it
oh
smiles.
no. Yeah.
It's what? No, that's not character development.
Or
That's
this movie
like
would have just done something real weird, like Chris Pratt just keeps calling her Butch or something, and you're just like,
No, stop,
all right,
man.
movie.
Yeah, no.
Like, come on, movie.
Ugh.
That stupid Sam Raimi zoom on the guy where he's like, what a nasty woman. Camera? Like, ugh.
Keep going.
Justice Smith gets wasted as that nerd.
As the dinosaurs you used to look at with awe and reverence get turned into Looney Tunes.
This is. We didn't add. We added the
We
sound
changed the
effects,
music, but
Led
What
by
the
another
hell?
helpless hybrid, the
love that. Good job,
Indoraptor. She's part raptor and part Indominus Rex, which was also
again with the
part
hybrids,
raptor.
we don't care unless it's a human or like
So
a
now
tank. We
she's
don't care what
like
you're
even
splicing it
more
with.
parts raptor, and she'll kill whoever you can point a gun at.
and trained to respond to a pulse-coded laser targeting system.
But if you're confused as to how that's more efficient than just shooting someone, look, it's an oil painting of John Hammond. Does that still do it for you? No.
Pause.
Enjoy.
The
Yeah.
same writer that added, she never thought she'd see a dinosaur, added, also you have to point a gun at the thing and then it'll chase it. Like, the same dude did that.
Yeah, it's just knowing that somebody would be asking the question of like, how do you control a weaponized dinosaur? And the answer they came up with was, well, you shoot it at someone.
You know what it reminds me of? You watch The Office.
Well, sure, yeah.
You know when Michael Scott goes to improv class and the only trick that he
Everything is
has
just
is
the gun.
that he has a gun? Like, I feel like those were the writers for this movie. It's like they only had one solution to everything, which is like he has a gun.
I also love that we played it in the Looney Tunes montage of that scene where Buffalo Bill wants a tooth from the sleeping Indoraptor. And out of absolutely nowhere, all chaos is breaking loose everywhere else. This is a military man of action who would have lots of things to do in this situation. He's like, "Oh, I'm hunting rabbits. I think there maybe I'll get a tooth for my necklace here." It's like, what is it? What is? Why?
I love that this movie finally. You're feeling my pain on these things. This is how I feel.
This
like
is
I
worse
feel
than the
about
other
so
ones.
many
There weren't
movies.
this many moments in the last one.
Oh my god! The one thing I do want though is between this movie and Independence Day Resurgence, I want oil paintings of former cast members
And Decline to show up.
because there's an oil painting of Will Smith in Independence Day Resurgence.
It's a still
There's
from
an
Independence Day.
Yeah, it's a still from Independence Day. There's an oil painting of that needs to be how they bring back characters
I agree.
in every franchise revival.
The next
Oil
Star Wars
paintings.
movie has to have 15 oil paintings of Luke
You
Skywalker.
walk through a
and Carrie
gallery
Fisher.
of all oil paintings of former
This is our Princess Leia room.
Jimmy Smith's
It's a
oil
pana.
painting.
Yep.
Yeah, that has to be the way they do it from now on.
Oh God.
Good trope.
But yeah, it's just taking your idea and then just adding you just took a step too far, because they even say in the movie, they're like, you're the godfather of raptor control and raptor research, and you did this, and it's like, so you don't need the gun. They figured out how to do the
How to
snappy
do it
clicky
with
thing.
No, but this was a prototype there was this whole fakakta thing about you need Blue's blood to be the mom, so it'll imprint on Blue, because only Blue's blood has
blood.
We just figured out Blue's blood.
has the
The
DNA in it to obey humans, even though he just trained Blue.
Right. Well, and here's the other thing is the Indorex is a mix of the Indominus Rex and a raptor, which the
And a
Indominus
raptor.
Rex was a T-Rex already, right?
And a T-Rex and a raptor.
And a raptor, and also
And a
now an extra
frog and a chameleon.
and a frog and a chameleon. And then he's like, well, I need Blue's blood to train it to be docile. And then she's like, yeah, well, I put T-Rex blood in there, so now it's a sock drawer. And Dr. Who's like, you monster, how could you do that? It's like, no, the thing that you want to put it in already has T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Why are you this? Is anyone paying attention to anything that anyone says in any other part of this movie? No, it doesn't. It's just he needs to be upset. Why? I don't know. It's just
He put something in there. He shouldn't have. What's scary? A T-Rex. By the way, I love that the T-Rex's only thing to do in this movie is to just sleep in a cage and just get his
and
blood
do
pulled.
and just do the roar over every time it's on stage. It has to do the on stage, on camera.
Yeah.
It has to do the triumphant Jurassic Park roar.
Right.
I want someone to add a banner every time, no matter where it is. The big sash falls down.
Well, and then they come in and they do the replay the moment of the T-Rex coming in and grabbing the dinosaur, the little horn thing goes, and he gets it, and then it comes in at the end. It's like it's a monster at the beginning, but it's a hero in the middle, but then it's a monster at the end again, but then it's a hero.
Get your story straight. All right, keep going.
Enjoy a feature-length homage to the other weak follow-up to a Jurassic Park movie, The Lost World, where an old cast member gets summoned to the estate of an ailing original park founder.
Same
then
bed, I think.
sent to the island to save the dinosaurs, only to get double-crossed by a Slimeball Jr. exec who
Pause.
secretly hired a hunter to bring the dinosaurs.
Pause. So there's one other thing that I want to just rant about briefly that we couldn't make it in, which is the ailing park founder, who the plan, I assume, in universe, his plan actually was to evacuate the dinosaurs to a new sanctuary.
Yes.
Where no one would touch them,
Where no one would touch them.
like at the end of the Lost World.
Right. Like at the end of the Lost World.
That did not work.
He delegates this plan to his assistant to such a degree that the actual plan ends up being kidnap all the dinosaurs and sell them in the basement of his own home without him noticing until the night of the auction. Like, he was never like...
He never checked
in, like, hey, how's the dinosaur rescue plan going? Like,
Yeah.
why are you hiring so many military police with so many guns?
And why are there 15 semi-trucks back? Beep,
Yeah.
beep.
What's this new wall we've built outside?
Why does the evil scientist Dr. Wu keep coming in and out of my house? That guy's a monster.
Yeah.
There seems like there's a lot of construction going on in the basement. Also, that I don't think that giant gate wall was there when she visits in the beginning.
No. He also, I don't remember building an auction house in my domicile.
Yeah.
I know I'm not as mobile as I used to be, but I think
It's an elevator.
Yeah. How's construction going, junior executive who I've met just a few years prior and have entrusted my entire life's work with? Completely. No, I'm not CC'd on any emails.
What are these expense reports? I guess I'm that removed. I just sit
so
in my
removed.
soundproof, shuttered bedroom
With my clone granddaughter.
all day.
And trust everything will work itself out fine.
Ask any questions. Just why?
Why are there so many Latvian arms dealers coming over tonight?
Those are some very
Daniels.
swarthy Belgians walking in and out from my window that I see. Did you see that convoy of Ducatis going through my driveway? I see it out the window. I'm sure they're just
Is this
delivering
a charity
them.
ball for Dinosaur Rescue Island?
I'm just going to look through this book of photos of my daughter again.
Old, same photos.
Oh boy. Which, by the way, why does she know to grab that book when she runs away
Because
from his dead body?
in the original draft, someone had just written "I'm a clone" on her forehead, and then she looked into the mirror, and they're like, "That's a little too on the nose."
I'm literally getting lightheaded from this. Here's the other thing. I'm sorry, this is the longest commentary ever, but here's the other thing.
This movie deserves it.
One of the dudes from Hot Fuzz, who was really funny, kills. He doesn't plan to kill James Cromwell that night. I get it. He finds out what's going on. He's like, I thought I
could hold the auction in the basement without you noticing. You haven't noticed jack shit.
But the
till
jig
now.
is up. So he knocks him off. He's dead in the bed. Okay, I get it.
I know where you're going. Yep.
He goes downstairs. The auction's going on. He comes back upstairs.
Night of the auction.
The night of the auction.
Still dinosaurs
While it's
being
happening.
sold.
Dinosaurs being sold simultaneously. He comes back upstairs, calls the maid in or the housekeeper in and goes, I gotta let you go. He's dead. And she's like, and he's like, so you'll be leaving now? And she's like, what? And it's like, why? I get why you had to kill him. Why would you come back and tell somebody what happened? And like,
Because he
is
needs to have a
firing the
conversation
maid
about
on
the clone.
It's because the little girl has to be in the dumbwaiter to overhear what's going on and then figure out what's happening. Again, his to-do list should not have
That night.
included fire the nanny.
Yeah. And I know we're
which
joking
I can
about,
do easily tomorrow morning.
I know we're joking about Cromwell, like, just not noticing anything because he never leaves that room. That lady's all over that house.
Yeah.
She cleaned the auction and the prison.
Yeah, she definitely saw all of that, and he's just like, you need to go. And she's like, okay, and goes directly to the Oakland PD or whatever's closest to where they are in the bay, and is like, I'd like to report a murder probably, and also a mysterious like arms
Black
dealings.
Animal sale.
Yeah.
Oh God.
boy.
Sorry.
Also a cloning.
And a cloning. I'd like to report a
Cloning,
cloning.
please.
It was a run by cloning. Jeez. Maybe that would make more sense if that's like his ex-wife missed out firing herself back into his life. That would explain why she's there. Anyways,
God.
let's
I'm
finish
sorry.
this dumb
We're
thing.
an hour into this.
Yeah.
This is so.
Are we? Holy shit.
No,
to
it
the
feels
island to
like
save
it.
the
Though.
dinosaurs, only to get double-crossed by a slimeball junior exec who secretly hired a hunter to bring the dinosaurs back to the mainland for profit. But while Lost World turned the third act into Diet Godzilla, Fallen Kingdom limits all the action to the inside of an old man's house and then ends right when it gets interesting.
Oh no! Look
Remember
out!
the shot
all
from
of
the actual
city.
trailer? Yeah, this is really just a trailer for the next movie inside this movie. So get ready to suspend your disbelief and or the flow of oxygen to your brain for the best reason since Book of Henry for keeping
Lava doesn't
Colin
work like
Trevorrow 500 yards away from a Star Wars script at all times. And finally bid farewell to your Jurassic Park fandom as it's slowly and painfully choked to death by the smoldering ash of the thing you once loved. Quick, cut to the Brachiosaurus from the first movie. That's the same one.
What a great nod.
What's wrong with you
to
people?
Murder them.
Yeah. That pause. That was completely unforced. That was literally like the movie was out, and then like the director was just like, "Oh,
What kind
by
of
the
Easter
way,
eggs you put in there?
That was the Brachiosaurus from the first movie. We
By
thought
the
that was
way-
real poetic. Like, you twisted bastard. You're sick. You are sick.
Also, it would try to swim. It would try to not get covered in lava and ash, but sure. That
Well, the
looked cool
dinosaurs
and
are
sad.
such bloodthirsty monsters in this universe that they are trying to eat people and each other while they're being chased by lava. Animals.
Yeah, little Satansaurus Rex there.
Satansaurus
Didn't
Rex.
care about the lava bombs falling. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this gyrosphere."
Lava burned the top of its head off, and
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
eat
ah.
this plastic. Yeah, these kids aren't going to get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going out with a full belly.
Roll tape. Roll tape.
Starring Redhead Redemption, Indiana Groans, and the Temple of Gloom.
Joe, right? Good job,
Won't
Joe.
clone to Liz.
That's
All right.
23. Lord Plotwood of Devisingham, Billy Quizboy,
didn't
Courage
know
the
that.
Cowardly
Yeah,
Dead.
thanks, brother.
It puts the dinos in their pen, or else
Buffalo
it gets
Bill.
the hose again.
Fun for the whole family. And 30 minutes of Goldblum's time, 30 seconds of actual movie, and 30% of the misleading trailer. The Bland Before Time.
Joe also good.
Yeah.
I had to. They're alive. Like me.
What?
You ever watch a movie and know exactly where and how they reverse engineered something? That plot point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew watching the movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. They had to find somebody who would be so massively stupid as to actually push the button and let those dinosaurs go. And even
child.
for this franchise, they were like, none of our existing characters will do that. It's just too much. And then they're like, okay, but what if the kid does it? Well, that seems too convenient. Why would a kid do it? Okay, what if she shared something in common? I don't know. What could it be?
Raptor
What
claw.
if she's a clone?
Now, if she had looked to the camera as she did when she said that line, and then her eyes turned into like reptile eyes, I would be like, okay.
Yeah,
now
no,
it's
it's like
on fire.
it's like a horror movie ending
Yeah.
where she just goes ah, and then bounces at the camera.
She bounces at the camera.
Wait. So first someone points the laser gun at the camera,
Yeah.
and then she sees
Points
it,
the laser
and
at
then
Chris
goes,
It's like the
Pratt.
end of Paranormal Activity.
Exactly
Yeah,
like
burrows
that.
through his chest. Yeah, so could have fixed it. There's a few things you could have done. Do we have any deleted scenes? Anything we
got a
cut out
couple.
of here?
Get some starrings at
Let's roll
least.
those.
Starring Claire in Present Danger, Fourth Best Chris and Falling,
Yeah,
Crazy
something like
Rich
it.
Asian,
Yeah,
I Think I'm a Clone Now, James Cromwell's British accent,
Just some business about the century, that's all.
James Cromwell's British accent,
Life teaches us some very hard lessons.
Storage Wars,
We had to find the right.
The IT Claude, An Inconvenient Tooth. Once again, should have listened to Escape from Volcano Dinosaur Island,
like this
Haunted
too.
Mansion 2.
Yeah. That movie's dumb.
That's
What do you? So in conclusion, what do we say to the people who say just turn your brain off? It's entertaining because people found it entertaining. They're out there. They thought that there was a lot of dinosaur action, and that's what you bought a ticket for. More power to you.
If you can completely turn your brain off, that's fine. I can't. I don't go in looking for things, but I cannot let logical inconsistencies and complete ineptitude just pass.
To me, it's a balance you have to strike because, like, I thought the last XXX movie was super fun, and that's because it had a self-awareness about itself.
It knows,
that followed through from the characters to the plot to the action itself, where you were willing to suspend your disbelief, in other words, turn off your brain, when he was somehow skiing down a jungle or something like that.
Or,
You're like, okay,
or outrunning an explosion out of an airplane and jumping out of it.
Out of it.
Then
like,
he sleeps, lands in a fur
is...
coat and sleeps with 4 women.
Yeah.
Because he's Vin Diesel.
You're like, I understand what this movie is.
Yeah.
The thing that irritates me about just turn off your brain is that the reason you like movies and stories is your fucking brain. Like, that's why your brain
is excited
asks
by what's
questions and goes, and processes story. Like, whether you're aware you're doing it or not, that's what your brain does when you watch a story.
So yeah, get you a movie who can do both. Case in point, Jurassic Park.
Yeah. XXX. Yeah. No, if you like this movie, it's fine. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I just hate when I don't like something and the response is like, "Shut up and like it." Like, that's not I can't just do that. I'm just like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. I will.
Well, it made $1 billion, so I'm sure we will see you guys soon
3
for
to
Jurassic
5 years.
World Trey.
Jurassic Park 6, Jurassic World 3.
Haunted Mansion 4?
So it's going to be like by the beach this time, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you sooner than that, next week, where we'll the 3 of us will be here, but we'll also be alone. Unaccompanied, if you will. Another synonym for those words.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I know this one.